Every year, America's government spends between $8 and $12.25 billion locking up young people, mostly young people of color. Now, by contrast, our government only spends around $160 million nationwide, which is a drop in the bucket, comparatively speaking, on programs designed to help keep kids out of prison. That's a difference of over $7.75 billion more spent locking kids up than helping them stay out of prison. Boiled down to the local level, these figures translate to an average of around $2 million per county in the U.S. to target, arrest, and incarcerate our young people versus only around $25,000 per county each year toward alternative to detention programming. Our children have become the collateral damage of the present-day phenomenon now known as mass incarceration, and this social crisis is slowly coming to a boil in our nation right now. It's affecting millions of mostly minority people and their families, and it draws our kids into its grasp using enticements they cannot reasonably be expected to disregard, and our children are now having to bear the brunt of the generational consequences of a mess created before their time, and none of this is their fault. Almost 25% of the people affected by mass incarceration are under age 18. And what's even more inexcusable is that almost 75% of the offenses they're being dragged into the criminal system for are nonviolent. And this has got to stop. Every year, juvenile courts in the U.S. handle an estimated 1.7 million cases in which a young person is charged with a delinquency offense. That's around 4,600 delinquency cases per day in the U.S. And in case you didn't already know this, our country now incarcerates more of its young people than any other nation on earth, and by a very wide margin. And the cost to taxpayers for juvenile incarceration is staggering. Locking up a juvenile in the U.S. costs states anywhere from $43,000 on the low end to over $148,000 per young person per year on the high end, according to a recent report by the Justice Policy Institute. Now, the average annual cost for alternative to incarceration programming, on the other hand, is only around $2,500 to $3,500 per young person per year, a difference of over $145,000 per young person per year to taxpayers. And contrary to public opinion, defense professionals are not inadequate in their legal, investigative, and mental health skill sets. They're simply woefully and historically under-resourced and therefore greatly disadvantaged from being able to provide adequate representation in many, if not most cases in the U.S. The result is the speedy version of justice for most poor people coming into the justice system, which benefits almost no one outside of prison investors, prison towns, and prison employees. So here's what we intend to do about it. Number one, we will vigorously advocate for charges reductions in the court process with the immediate and ultimate goals of abeyance, expungement, or pardon in order to maximize the chances for our young people to graduate high school and progress on to either college, into military service, or enter into the workforce without the myriad of problems associated with a criminal record. Number two, we will offer our young people opportunities to participate in transformative justice-endorsed, evidence-based, data-driven local programs designed to help facilitate restitution and reintegration back into their home communities. Number three, we will simultaneously conduct a wide variety of community re-engineering seminars and workshops in the communities we serve. And number four, we will also conduct a continuum of events, seminars, and fundraisers designed to facilitate collaboration among professionals and community stakeholders, including our quarterly publications like our e-Advocate newsletter series and our e-Advocate quarterly electronic magazine to all regular donors in order to facilitate a lifelong learning process on the ever-evolving developments in the juvenile justice system. This is a massive undertaking, and we need all the help and financial support you can give. We plan to enroll 75 young persons per quarter year, aggregating up to a total of not less than 250 per year in each jurisdiction we serve. Please join us right now in this incredible movement to level the playing field of justice for our amazing and beautiful young people by donating all you can to help us out. Don't let this be the legacy of the millennial generation. Let's put a stop to the unjustifiable mass incarceration of children in the U.S. Thank you in advance for your support. Blessings.